Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be updating you again on some more current latest news, guys. So just to update you with now, reports are stemming from the presses now about Gareth Bale, and reportedly Real Madrid are looking to get Gareth Bale out of their club, because reportedly, Real Madrid board have been under pressure to get rid of Gareth Bale, due to his injuries, during his time with Real Madrid. So he's has had a difficult time with Real Madrid, due to his injuries, but when he's fully fit, Gareth Bale's very, very good, he can cross a ball. He's got tremendous speed, his pace, his quality, his physical. He's got good physical attributes, as we all know. And this season in La Liga so far, he's made 5 appearances, Gareth Bale, and scored 2 goals. But we know Jose Mourinho was interested in him during the course of the summer. He wanted to get a deal over the line for Gareth Bale, but in the process, we couldn't get a deal over the line for the player. And as I did say, if Mbappe did go to Real Madrid, as we all know, instead of going to Paris Saint-Germain, then I think Bale may come to Old Trafford, because basically they were willing to offload Bale, generate the money for Bale, and then get the pursuit of Mbappe, but it didn't turn out that way. And we didn't get the pursuit of the player, but also, Man United were linked with him, during the David Moyes era. We've been linked for quite a while, but we never got a deal over the line. But in the media, quite a few weeks ago now, it did report that Real Madrid are willing to offload Gareth Bale, and it did say they were looking to generate the money basically that they paid for him from Tottenham back in 2013, which was about £85 million in the process, because Man United in the August window just gone, we're reportedly, we were willing to pay up to £100 million to get Gareth Bale in the current process. But a couple of weeks ago, it did say Real Madrid were looking to generate the money that they paid for him for Tottenham. So this is 5th season now in the process with Real Madrid. But reportedly now, Real Madrid have dropped their asking price. They've lowered their asking price down, and reportedly they are willing to now offload Bale, I think, for £62 million. It did say between 62, or it said between 62 or £69 million. They're now willing to offload Gareth Bale for next summer, Real Madrid, in the current process. But we know Real Madrid, he's won 10 honours since he's been at Real Madrid. He's won 3 Champions Leagues in 4 seasons as well with the club. And we know due to his recent injury, Real Madrid now do basically want to get rid of Gareth Bale, because we know he's Premier League proven he's Gareth Bale, because we know he proven it during his days at Tottenham Hotspur as well. He was there a good 6 years with Tottenham Hotspur. He made 146 appearances, scored 42 goals as the player, and he's won like Football of the Year, PFA quite a few times, Premier League Player of the Season, as well as Gareth Bale. And Jose Mourinho, he's still looking to reinvest into the team, and we still definitely need a creative win in our squad, because we did miss out on Ivan Perisic during the window due to that we wasn't willing to pay the £48 million. And Mourinho missed out on quite a few targets in the August window, but hopefully he's looking to get a player or two in at least in January, and strengthen the positions that need strengthening, because obviously the board have said to Mourinho he has to sell before he can buy. So could Mourinho still possibly go for Bale next summer? Possibly, because he would improve our team. But he did say the other week Mourinho is no longer interested in the player due to that. Obviously, Mourinho may be concerned, due to his record of injuries, Gareth Bale, as we all know. The same with Arjen Robben as well, with Bayern Munich, as I said, with Arjen Robben, because Mourinho used to work with Robben. He's injury prone as well. He's another player. Quite a few players that are injury prone out there, as we all know. But yeah, Mourinho, could he go for Bale next summer? Reportedly now, it may tempt us to actually go for him, because obviously Real Madrid now reportedly lowered the asking price to £62 million for the player. But he risen up the ranks for Southampton fantastically well, as I said. He started as a left-back. He's in their youth system quite a long time. And then since he was a Tottenham player, he become more of an attacking player, did Gareth Bale. And, he did very, very well. Tottenham, Real Madrid purchased him for £85 million back in 2013, and this is 5th season now in the process, as we all know. And he was top scorer. He's very good for Wales as well, 2nd top scorer for Wales, 26 international goals, made his international debut in 2006, as we all know, won the Welsh Football of the Year, a record 6 times. And also, as well, for Wales in Euro 2016, he was a top scorer, and he scored 7 goals. Did Gareth Bale as well, so he can score goals, and he would be fantastic for Manchester United, would Bale, but it depends if we are going to show our interest in the current player. But reportedly, Real Madrid are willing to offload him now for just £62 million. And I think this will be next summer as well. He hasn't been getting a great reception a lot as Gareth Bale as well. So could be tempting now that they've dropped the asking price down. Real Madrid for Gareth Bale. So it could be very, very tempting indeed in the current process. But yeah, we know Jose Mourinho's in search of quite a few players, as we all know in the current process. And also just updated, as I said, about Carlos Salou from Valencia, the current player from Valencia. Reportedly did confirm a couple of weeks ago that Man United had reportedly been in talks with Valencia over going for Carlos Salou. Reportedly then Valencia denied these negotiations. We know he's a player that's been in the Valencia reserve team. He's been in the first team for just nearly a year now. He's been in the first team since December 2016. He joined the Valencia's youth set up in 2005 at just the age of 8, I think it was. Been there quite a long time. We know Man United were prepared to pay £30 million. He does have a £75 million buyout clause as well, does a player, but that's on Jose Mourinho's one of Jose Mourinho's targets to go for in January as well in the current process. So yeah. That's what another one of Jose Mourinho's targets as well. But as I said, it's just basically said in the presser, as I said, updated you earlier on, it could be a huge blow for us as well. Antoine Griezmann was a main target for Jose Mourinho as well, and we missed out on him as well in August. That was disappointing due to Atletico Madrid's transfer ban, but reportedly now Griezmann has made a current decision on his future, and reportedly he has agreed to join Barcelona in principle as Antoine Griezmann in the process. He has been on Barcelona's agenda. He hasn't been Barcelona's number one target because Coutinho's Barcelona's number one target, but we know he's still being on Barcelona's agenda as Griezmann. Griezmann signed a new deal back in until 2022 with Atletico Madrid. He does have a release clause. His release clause, as we all know, is £89 million next summer, is Antoine Griezmann's, but he's highly experienced to playing in Spain because now he's in Spain now with Atletico Madrid. Obviously, you know, he used to play for Real Sociedad as well, where he's risen up the ranks fantastically well. But I'd want him to come to the Premier League to experience the Premier League, Antoine Griezmann. But the way things is stemming from the press about him now recently, it isn't looking very, very good news for us indeed, because he was our main target. He estimated 6 out of 10, as we all know. He was going to make a move to Old Trafford. Griezmann, very, very good number 7, as we all know. We haven't had a good number 7 for a long time. He can play attacking mid, can play on the flanks, can, you know, play as a forward as well, and he'd look good in the mix, you know, with Martial, Rashford and Romelu Lukaku. That he'd be very, very beneficial indeed. But now what he's saying, I don't really see it happening now, to be quite honest with you, guys, if I'm going to be quite honest with you. But with Real Sociedad, he'd be good. He won the title with them. He won the title with them. He scored 52 goals in just over 2 century appearances across 5 seasons. Very, very good in the Euros. Very good for France in 2014 as well, helping them get to the quarterfinals. And he's a fantastic, fantastic striker. He's got that. He's an efficient finisher. He's got that finishing product. He's got that touch. He's got everything that he could bring to Manchester United. And he fit in the Manchester United team well. But obviously, he could go to Barcelona now and play, you know, and, you know, he'll look good basically. If he does go to Barcelona, he would look good alongside Messi and, you know, Luis Suarez and that would Antoine Griezmann. But I think we're desperate for the number 7 because we don't want to keep it vacant from a commercial point of view. But want to actually give it to a winger, so we'll have to keep it vacant for the time being. But that looks very, very disappointing indeed. And this is 4th season the process for Atletico Madrid is Griezmann's in the process, so that's disappointing. What else am I going to say now? Yeah, so basically, as I did update you earlier on, you know, I give you a bit of an update on Mesut Ozil, didn't I, guys? I give you a bit of an update on what was with Sanchez, and I give you a bit of an update on you know, Saul Niguez as well, because I did report to you earlier on my last video about Ozil. Reportedly, Atletico Madrid are interested in Mesut Ozil, and it did say Atletico Madrid are considering making a move for Ozil in January if we do get the pursuit of Saul Niguez. So this could depend on whether we get Saul Niguez or not, whether Atletico Madrid actually make a move for Ozil in January, because Saul Niguez reportedly has told, he said in the media, he reportedly wants to join Manchester United, does Saul Niguez. He's another target on Mourinho's, he's another player that's on Mourinho's list of players is Saul Niguez, because he can play defensive mid. He's a dynamic box-to-box midfielder as well as the player, and don't forget he does have a release clause of £133 million does Sol Niguez as well. He has lease clause £133 million. Man United can afford that amount of money because we are one of the richest clubs in the world, as we know. And we have to sell basically before we can buy, and this is what is being suggested out. But he does have a lease clause £133 million, and he signed a 9-year contract with Atletico Madrid back in July 2017 as well. And you know, Atletico Madrid, well, he was a Real Madrid, didn't he? He was at for Madrid, and then he went to Atletico Madrid at just the age of 13, where he reasoned up the youth system. Fantastically well did the player, and I think this season he scored 1 goal in 11 appearances so far for Atletico Madrid. So reportedly he said he does want to make the move, does the player. So if he's to go in January, could then Atletico Madrid make a move for Ozil? But obviously Ozil's been on our agenda as well for quite a long time. So basically, what the media are reporting about Ozil. Atletico Madrid reportedly have been in contact with Ozil over potentially making a move back to Spain, because we know Ozil has experience of playing in Spain, because obviously he's played at Spain in the past as Mesut Ozil, and reportedly it did say Atletico Madrid are willing to offer him a sign non-fee, and are willing to offer him a contract of around £200,000 a week. But we know Mesut Ozil has actually been demanding over £300,000 a week from Arsenal as well. But obviously, I'd like Ozil at Manchester United because Jose Mourinho says he's a very, very good number 10 player. Ozil's still demanding that. He is still fully focused on Arsenal Football Club, as we all know. He hasn't really hit form this season, Mesut Ozil, as we all know. But I think it'd be fantastic for Manchester United, you know, in that number 10 role. There was some press reports saying we do have to offload quite a few players, you know, to fund, to get the pursuit of Mesut Ozil, because he did confirm Arsenal are willing to offload him for £30 million in January as well, Mesut Ozil, because he does become a free transfer next summer. As I said, Arsenal would rather cash in for Ozil rather than let him go on a free next summer. But we know in the process, he's been demanding to wear Jack Wilshere's number 10 shirt if he is to have any chance of signing a new deal with Arsenal. I don't think he's going to sign a new deal with Arsenal because the contract talks have stalled. As we all know in the current process. But yeah, Jose Mourinho was fantastic with him at Real Madrid, was Jose Mourinho. You know, Jose Mourinho's keen on reuniting with Ozil, you know, after they were fantastic together at Real Madrid. This is now his 5th season process with Arsenal. You know, he's made over a century appearances as Mesut Ozil, and he was also in the Bundesliga for 5 years until 2010 was Mesut Ozil as well. So he's got experience of playing in Germany, he's had experience of playing in Spain, and now he's got experience playing in the Premier League with Arsenal. Right now he's current player, but he can create a chance, he can score goals. You know, he's very, very good in the midfield. Very, very good number 10, very good playmaker, and can provide assists as well. So yeah, Arsenal willing to offload him £30 million, but he's still demanding his Ozil that he's still 100% focused on Arsenal Football Club at the current present time. But yeah, but obviously Sanchez is coming to an end of his deal as well. He's refusing to sign a new deal, but Arsenal are eyeing up replacements, because Arsenal, you know, have had quite a few players on their agenda, you know, to look for current replacements. And it's looked as though now Arsenal have found their current replacement for Ozil and Sanchez, Nabil Fekir. As I said, it says Arsenal are closing in on the deal of the pursuit of Nabil Fekir of £60 million. So it's saying Arsenal are willing to pay a club record fee of £60 million for Nabil Fekir. So basically, they're planning to offload Sanchez and Ozil in January for £30 million each, which equals 60. Then it can generate that 60 million and put it on Nabil Fekir, because that's what Arsenal are preparing to pay for the player. And obviously, Arsenal purchased Lacazette for £52 million in January as well. In August as well. And he was fantastic with Nabil Fekir, Leon as well, was Lacazette. So basically, them two players, them two players are looking to reunite together in the Arsenal squad as well. So Nabil Fekir is very, very good. Attacking mid, can play as a striker as well. So his versatility is very, very good. His work rate is good. He's a hard-working player. He leads the lines. He can create. His link-up play is good. He can provide assists as well. This season he's got 12 goals. Last season got 10 goals, 10 assists. So he's well known for scoring and providing assists as well. 2015-16 missed the majority of 2015-16 due to injury, but especially in his second season he become more of a regular in Lyon's team. He scored 13 goals and 9 assists. In his first season made 17 appearances, and the player made his international debut for France in 2015. He's very, very good, and there's a lot of good French players out there. And he risen up the youth system fantastically well with Lyon, as we all know, did the current player. And yeah, just a very, very good player indeed. Won Liga 1 Young Player of the Year, made his international debut, as I said, in 2015, and become more of a regular in Lyon's team in his second season with the club as well. And he's risen up the youth system fantastically well. And he got promoted into the senior squad in 2013 as well. So he's been in the first team. This is his 5th season now in the process with the 5th team for Lyon. So looking like Arsenal have found their replacement. But are Arsenal going to be able to sell both players for 30 million in January? Because obviously Ozil's demand is still 100% focused on Arsenal. So I think Sanchez is definitely going to go, because Sanchez has been, heavily into a move to Manchester City. There's also been, I'm not denying, there's also other teams that have been interested in Alexis Sanchez. There's other teams that have been interested in Alexis Sanchez, as we all know, because his work rate is good, he's energetic, he leads the lines fantastically well, his versatility is very, very good. He can play on the wing, he can play in the middle, he can play up front as well, can Alexis Sanchez. And I think he'd be fantastic in the Manchester. If he was to come to Man United, he'd be fantastic number 7, to come to Old Trafford to fulfill our number 7 the number 7 shirt, Alexis Sanchez. But we know he's also been demanding a higher wage from Arsenal, as we all know. He demanded that he wanted Champions League football. It's first time in 2 decades Arsenal that had it. This is the 4th season now in the process of Sanchez is at Arsenal. Arsenal paid £35 million for him from Barcelona. But Pep Guardiola is keen. Pep Guardiola is keen on reuniting with Alexis Sanchez. After they were fantastic together at Barcelona, both the players. But he's won honours where he's been, and we're good with Barcelona. Also in the FA Cup final for Arsenal, he scored on 2 occasions as well. Barcelona scored his most successful season with Barcelona was his last season with Barcelona. He scored 21 goals in all competitions as well. So he's performed everywhere he's been as Alexis Sanchez. But he's a free transfer next summer. City could still go in January and get and pay 20 or 30 million pound for him, or they may wait until next summer where he becomes a free transfer. But I still think Manchester City are going to get him. City are the favourites, and they're looking to put Sanchez in the mix with Aguero, Raheem Sterling as well. There were talks about Sterling as part of the deal back in August, but it didn't happen because City weren't willing to offload Sterling. They were just keen on a cash-only deal, and £50-60 million, don't forget, Arsenal could have cashed in for him as well. So I think definitely Sanchez is going to leave Arsenal Football Club as well in the process. So, and some pundits still believe, he should join Manchester United over Manchester City, should Alexis Sanchez. But also, as I did give you a bit of an update yesterday on Andres Pereira, who's currently at Valencia on loan. He has got a lot of experience of playing in Spain as Andres Pereira, as we all know. Reportedly, it said in the press yesterday that Andres Pereira come out and he said he's classified Valencia as a big club, and he did say he's keen on seeing out his loan deal. And then after that, he did say regarding Valencia, he wants to sign for Valencia permanently. So he wants to sign a permanent deal with Valencia, does Andres Pereira, because we know we let him on loan, Andres Pereira, to Valencia. He's got experience of playing in Spain because, he also was on loan, with Granada as well. And with Granada, he played 35 games, scored 5 goals as well. But he's been at Old Trafford basically since 2011 as Andres Pereira, because he began his career with Lomonal United, and then he went to the likes of PSV, and then he joined Manchester United in 2011. So he's been at us quite a long time. You know, he made his first Premier League appearance in March 2015. He's only made 5 senior appearances for Manchester United as Andries Pereira. We know that he did sign a 1-year extension with Man United. That does take him under contract with Manchester United until 2019. And now he's at Valencia on loan. He's doing very, very well with Valencia. He's played in 9 of their 11 games so far this season as Andries Pereira. But I understand the reasons, you know, why he left Manchester United. Obviously, Mourinho didn't want to lose him. Mourinho didn't want to lose Andries Pereira. Basically, the main part about it, he didn't want to lose Andries Pereira because he still thinks he's a good player. And Mourinho did say that Andries Pereira has to fight for his position. But obviously, Andries Pereira is getting game time at Valencia. But he felt at Manchester United did Andries Pereira. He wasn't going to get enough game time, and this is why he made the move, Andries Pereira. But he did play a lot in pre-season, as we all know, did Andries Pereira as well. But that was big breaking news. And he did say he has no intentions of coming back to Old Trafford, does Andries Pereira. And this is what Andries Pereira had explained in the current process. So this is what Andries Pereira had currently explained. But going back to the topic, as I said, looking like Fellaini could go because we're reportedly willing to offload him for 8 million. Looks like Luke Shaw could go because we're reportedly willing to offload him for 20 million as well. So the board have made it clear we have to sell before we can buy. And Jose Mourinho's got quite a few players on his agenda, but as I was saying, the main part of this video is about Gareth Bale in the process. Due to his recent injury, Real Madrid are wanting to get rid of him, but reportedly now they haven't been satisfied with the team's approach. So basically now Real Madrid have lowered the asking price for Gareth Bale to around about £62 million. So that could tempt maybe Man U to go for him next summer, because we've been heavily linked with Bale. We've been heavily linked with Bale for quite a while, as we all know as well in the current process. So, yeah, but saying about Arsenal, looks like they've got the replacements for Ozil and Sanchez, as I said. It really doesn't make sense to think about, you know, they're offloading 2 players for 30 million each, and then they're getting 60 million, and then they're only buying 1 player. So they're seeing 2 players leave, and then they're only buying 1 player to see 2 players leave. Doesn't really make sense, but I think Arsene Wenger is an admirer of Nabil Fekir, as I said. But we know Arsenal could still re-show their interest in Thomas Lemar in January, as I do keep saying, because that were Arsenal's main target, and Liverpool will come in. Liverpool may be identifying him as a... They may even re-show their interest, Liverpool, in him, in Lemar, because they're seeing him as a... They're looking for the replacement for Philippe Coutinho. Now will be Liverpool as well. Even though Coutinho insists he's happy at Liverpool at the moment, I still think Liverpool will have had the interest in Van Dijk, as I said. And yeah, Lemar, as I said, he did want to make the move to them during the course of the August window. Monaco were reluctant and were resisted to offload the player. This is why it didn't happen, and Arsenal were disappointed about this, so they missed out on the main target, Lemar. Lemar's still on contract with Monaco until 2019, or is it 2020, as we all know. But fantastic young age prospect is Thomas Lemar as well in the current process. Skillful, tenacious, good in the air. Dribbling good, passing ability good, but the Monaco president has confirmed he's likely to leave next summer. But Arsenal still may go for him in January. Liverpool may go for him in January and identify him as a replacement for Philippe Coutinho as well in the current process. So, and he made his international debut in 2016 as well, made 32 appearances with Chan, and I think this is his 3rd season now in the process with Monaco is Thomas Lemar's as well in the current process. But we know also Draxler's been Arsenal's target as a potential. They've also targeted Julian Draxler of Arsenal as well. That's also been on Arsenal's radar as well. And Julian Draxler is very good, you know, but he is surplus to requirements now at Paris Saint-Germain because he's not going to be guaranteed first team football week in, week out, you know, due to the amount of money that PSG invested in the August window on Mbappe and Neymar. And, you know, there's Cavani there as well in the process. But Draxler's good with both feet. He's good in the air. His passing's good. His crossing's good. Fantastic young age prospect is Julian Draxler. But if Sanchez was actually to make the move to PSG, if it was to happen, which I don't think it will, then I think Arsenal could maybe then get Draxler in return for the Sanchez. But Draxler's very, very good, as I said in the process. You know, he was voted the best player in the Confederations Cup in 2014. Also in the 2014 FIFA World Cup as well. He was part of the squad who won that. Very good in the Euros as well, as I said. Same with Draxler. And he risen up the ranks with Schalke fantastically well. I think that's where he performed bestly at Schalke. He didn't do so good at Wolfsburg, but he did well with Schalke, as we all know. He made 171 appearances, scored 30 goals. But PSG have only had PSG bought him off Wolfsburg, £42 million. But PSG have only had him since January, as we all know as well. So PSG may not be willing to offload the player unless obviously they get Sanchez. PSG maybe as part of the deal, but it's looking like anyway Arsenal have found the replacement for Sanchez and Ozil. Nabil Fekir is the latest to be mentioned. It's saying Arsenal have come close to it says Arsenal are closing in on a deal for Nabil Fekir of a fee of £60 million. So that could be their potential replacement for Ozil and Sanchez. But the big breaking news about this video is about Gareth Bale. Reportedly now Real Madrid are willing to offload him for reportedly willing to offload him now for £62 million. So that could maybe tempt us to go for him next summer. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take it easy, guys, and I'll see you all later. Take care. Bye.